Today we are still doing, we're doing row operations, matrices, row operations, to put this in what form?
Row echelon form. RER.
What's the R, the first R?
RREF.
RREF, but what's the first R for? Row echelon form, reduced. Okay, there is such a thing called row echelon form that looks like this. And you got numbers here, here, and here. That's what we were doing before. And what's the use of putting it now 0, 0, 0?
You just have
Because your answers are right here and you're done. Okay? So what we started when I introduced it to you the first time, we were just doing row echelon form. Now we are doing reduced row echelon form. Row echelon form was Gaussian elimination. Okay? This is Gauss-Jordan elimination. So Jordan jumped in and helped Gaussian out. And said, hey, we could do this process even a little further and not have to deal with the crap everywhere all over paper. I don't know if you said that back like in the 1700s.
No, that's exactly.
But maybe. In their words, right?
All over the dirt.
So, the first thing I need to do is put this into a what? What is that thing? A matrix, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have our coefficients on the left and our answers on the right. And so if you did this correctly,
Bam, did it.
you should have 1, 0, 2, 1, 2, negative 1, 2, 1, 0, 13, 5, and 6.
Basically.
I'm getting there.
Okay? So I had to put zeros in for placeholders and I have to line things up, right?
Yes.
Everything in the first column are all what variable? X. And then the second? Y. And Z. And then I got my answers over here, correct?
Yes.
So putting it in that reduced row echelon form will just give me my X, Y, Z, and I don't have to use any back substitution, and I just keep it all nice and neat. And you want to follow all straight down, so it's all orderly, the most orderly paper that you've ever had. So we want to do this process, and we always want to start with zeroing out the first column, the second column, the third column, and then back to the second. Every single time, we're going to make like this circle. First column, second column, third column, second. The reason why we do that in that order is last hour I had somebody zeroing out the second all at one time, but when they went back and zeroed out the third column, guess what they put back in the second? A number. So you just gotta get a routine. Now when you get fancy at this and have done it for a long time, you'll do all sorts of mathematical acrobatics, but I'm not going to show you that way. There are many methods of doing this process. There are many ways that people, I have kids come in and say, oh, I watched a video and they did all this stuff and now that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, fine. I'm not going to tell you no. As long as you go down, you do the row operations like I tell you. I don't care how you do it. But don't come to me after you've done it for 3 days and go, I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just like moving things around. Okay? I'm going to teach you this orderly process and example show you this orderly process because when you're learning it, that is the best way to do it. Got it? Are there other ways to do this? Yes. Do I care if you venture over there? No, I don't. But you better get it. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, I need zeros. Or is there anything you want to move? Do we like the top row where it's at? Yeah, we got a 1 as the leading coefficient. We're kind of good, right? Do you like the second row where it's at?
Yeah.
No.
We can switch row 2 and row 3.
Yeah, that's what.
Why?
There's a 1 in row 3. There's a 1 in the Y spot. In row 2, there's a 1 in the Z spot.
So you guys want to switch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So he gave me a good reason, yes? He gave me a valid reason, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
You could do it even if there wasn't a valid reason, but I'm telling you, you probably want to have a valid reason.
Probably.
So row 2 switched with row 3, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so 1, 1, 2. And I will tell you, most mistakes occur in this process when people are not careful to bring negatives and everything with them. I'm going to tell you right now, I would never have done this, but I'll play along.
You would never have done that?
Nope.
May I ask why?
Because when we get rid of that 2, what's going to happen to the negative 1? Is it going to stay negative 1?
Probably, yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
The crest that
No, it'll,
version
be,
we
Okay.
get
it'll become positive, and that's what we want it to be.
Okay. So, how do
Oh,
I
yeah.
use...
It'll be a
Good
half.
then.
It'll be a half.
Hey, how do I use row
Switch it
1?
back.
Switch
One.
Switch it back.
Nope.
No, you.
Ethan.
Okay, how do I use row 1 to zero out? Now, how do I know to use row 1? Because I'm in column 1.
You're in column 1.
Column 1. So what am I going to do to this 1 to get rid of that 2?
Times it by negative 2 and then add it. to
So
our-
negative 2 R1 plus R2. Okay, you guys do it. And I'll start a minute after you do. And we better get the same answer, right?
What if we don't?
If we don't, maybe I made a mistake. Or you made a mistake.
You're never wrong.
Never made a mistake in my life.
So, row
So
1
Hey,
Besides taking this
What?
class.
Row 1
Hey,
Yes,
what
row
about
1
your phone?
stays the same. Yes?
Yes.
So you're going to rewrite row 1 right away.
That was not a mistake. Okay.
Austin, do the step.
Okay.
Am I changing row 3?
No.
Nope. So I would actually just go ahead and write row 3. Because if I write them, I feel like I'm accomplishing something, and then I don't try to change them when I'm not.
So. Oh no.
Oh,
Stays negative 1, doesn't it? Oh no.
Wait.
But when Kale said it was going to become a half, I said.
It didn't come a half either,
It
did it?
not.
Okay,
Negative
did
2
I do
plus
it
2
right?
Should be 0, right?
That's what I got.
Should negative 2 plus 2 be 0?
But it's
or am
negative
I
2
screwing up?
times 2.
It's negative 2
Plus
times 2 plus
Oh.
0.
Forgot.
Now, if you're having a hard time holding numbers in your head,
Rather.
I can write them off the side, right? Another thing you could do is do negative 2, negative 2, negative 4, negative 26. What did I just do?
You just wrote out the first row.
I just wrote out the first row off to the side.
Times 2.
Okay, so if you're having trouble holding those numbers in your head, then write them somewhere. You'll notice that I do a lot of times the answer part because those numbers are usually bigger. But whatever works for you, okay?
Okay.
Just not in the middle.
Then you would subtract 6 or add 6. Oh wait, never mind, you would add 6.
Okay. So did everyone agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got column 1 zeroed out. Now I need to move to column what?
2.
2. Now first of all, can I multiply anything by a fraction and get numbers smaller?
Not smoothly.
Not nicely, correct? Like I can multiply anything I want by a fraction, but do I want to work with fractions?
No.
Okay, so I need to go now and get rid of what?
The 2.
The 2 right here. That 2 is in what column?
2.
Second.
Column 2, so I'm going to use what? Row 2. So now I have 3 and 2, and I can't get one nicely.
Would you just take row, or a 2 times row 2 plus 3 times row 3?
Yes, what?
Because you want to get the same number so you can zero it out.
And 6 is the smallest common multiple, right?
Yes.
Okay, so am I going to change row 1?
No, so
Nope.
write it.
So write it. 1, 1, 2. And hopefully your augmented lines are lining up, guys. You're practicing that.
Yeah.
Because it is a half a point every problem.
Oh, really?
Are we going to change row 2?
No.
No. Okay, and Ethan, you said what?
Wait, I thought we were because we're making that one, that both of them 6.
No, what?
Oh, wait, never mind.
Right,
We're
good
taking
job.
2 times row 2
Uh-huh,
plus 3 times row 3.
right. Okay, so we're taking 2 times row 2, but are we really changing row 2?
I know.
No.
what you
No.
mean. I
That
just
first
forgot
one's
to
just
do
kind of
that.
off. So you do it.
Okay, so 2 times 0 is 0.
Yeah, hopefully you get 0 the first
Good
time.
math, Isaiah.
I'll give you a hint. It's 0.
Is it
negative
-0?
I'm trying to go through the process.
In your head.
Yeah.
And I'll give you another one. The next one better be what?
0.
0. But you do need to check. Because if I choose something that's wrong, would that show up there?
Yeah.
Like if I didn't do a negative and I should have used a negative or something, it would show up there. So don't just automatically assume it's 0.
Definitely did that on my homework and it kind of screwed me up, so I had to do it all again.
Yeah, don't do that.
He deserved it.
Yeah, I kind of did.
I feel like I did this step wrong. I'm not ready yet, so don't start it now.
I'm not doing nothing.
No, then.
-8 plus the 94.
No, I
Hey,
swear.
Please. Shh. Callie, can I start?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
I'm
35.
kind of proud of myself.
You probably did it wrong.
You forgot to, when you borrowed, you forgot to reduce your 4 to a 3.
I got a 30.
No, for the last row.
Yeah, because 40 minus 15 is 25. You forgot to make your 4 a 3. Okay, again, guys, if we could add, subtract, and multiply, this would be great, right?
Yeah.
Do we mess those things up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
So check your work. Take a second and check your work.
Added 3.
Okay, did everyone get -5, -25?
Yes.
I got it.
Okay.
Actually, I got 0.
Okay, then now.
No, I had it wrong too.
Okay,
I have a thing
Yes.
that we can do.
yes.
We can divide.
Multiply? We don't divide anything.
Multiply
Multiply
by
by
the
1/5.
Just 1/5.
Negative one.
-1/5. Why -1/5?
To make it a positive.
To make it a positive. So -1/5. Is there any, like, I take this opportunity, if there's any other row I can do something nicely to, I would do it here as well. Is there any other row? No. Okay.
Kale, you kind of said that aggressively.
Who?
Kale.
I'm a big girl, I can take it.
Yeah,
I'm not a big girl.
I was.
I can't take it.
Someday you may be.
Small girl.
Okay, so I have -5. Oh wait, you do it, I'll do it. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Where'd you get the -5 for the one right before
Because you have 2 times -4, so it'd be -8.
Yeah.
Plus 3 would be -5.
that? Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Yep. Okay, hopefully you guys got 1/5.
I sure did.
Okay. Now, you should still be going down, but my board won't scroll up for me. I wish it would.
Whoa, why not?
I want one of those, like, have you ever seen in movies where, like, the chalkboards, they just, like, push up the chalkboard and there's another empty chalkboard?
No, I haven't.
I haven't seen a chalkboard since like 1942.
If they gave me a chalkboard, if they said you could have a chalkboard, I'd be all over that.
No.
Okay,
Why?
so, now what? What are we gonna do next?
Well, we
the
got
2 and the 4.
Oh, we have
Wait.
to get rid of the 4.
Yeah,
The 2 and the 4. We need, and those are in what column?
In the
Row
3, so you're gonna use the third.
Column 3, so we're gonna
Row.
use
Row 3.
row 3.
Wait.
And then
I'm going to.
Okay, so I want everyone to try that step on their own.
I will.
Oh,
I think not.
I'm gonna rewrite row 3 because we're not changing it, right?
Oh, that's the S.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you a minute or 2.
no.
I'll give you a minute before I write down what I'm gonna do.
Okay, I think
That doesn't matter.
Oh. Maybe. So we're trying to get rid of both of these.
Yep, I want to get rid of both of that 2 and that -4. And what row am I gonna use? Right 3.
Third.
So what am I gonna do to the 1 to get rid of the 2? What am I gonna do to the 1 to get rid of the 4? -4.
So we're gonna have 2 things, right?
Yes, we're gonna have 2 things written down.
okay, that makes a little more.
Because you can, yes, you have to do them separately. You can use one row to change 2 in one step, but you cannot change a row and use it to change something else in one step. No, you do it in every row.
I don't want to do something wrong.
Well, you know what? If you do something wrong, it's a learning. You learn. I hope someone in here does something wrong because then we can fix a mistake. before it happens on your own.
You want me to try?
I don't think you need to try.
Oh, roasted.
I swear.
I missed it.
I'm not. No, I heard.
Wasn't funny, Miss Mick, okay?
He's just so hurt by it.
I'll take
You guys have what you're going to do
No.
right now?
I'm just
Well,
about there.
Yeah.
Maybe like
almost.
10 more
Well, a
seconds.
few of us do.
Well, hopefully you're doing it.
Okay.
Uh,
Always sit like this.
Okay,
Yeah, like Spanish.
That's the one I know.
guys, there's too much chattering. There should be more working. If you already know what you're doing, I can let you work and not do any more examples.
Excuse me, is Natalie Crowley there?
Yes?
I need to have her come to the office. She should be leaving.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm just gonna see this first. I'll go. How tall am I? I'll watch the video later.
Will you?
No, of course you will.
Okay.
I definitely will. I need all the help I could get.
I got what we were gonna
Okay.
Okay, I personally would do -2 R1 plus R3 plus R1 and 4 R3 plus R2. So when I do that, I hate going from the bottom to the top.
Yes, I did it. Good.
Whoa, that's what I did. Like,
When does that become negative?
really proud of myself.
How does that not become negative?
Wait, what do we do with this tree now?
What's 20 minus 20 right there?
You don't feel good.
No, that's not. That
I
zero's
was
not
talking
there.
about the wrong
That
thing.
zero's not there.
Why not?
We were talking about the
This
Oh,
is
that
not-
zero. Oh, you're talking about the zero that I was proud of myself
No. That's it.
good.
Okay.
uh,
And see, I always take a minute to recheck. I write down my answers and I come back and recheck. Because me making sure I multiplied right is going to save me time in the end. Now, I can't guarantee you're not going to make the same mistake twice, but
I don't know.
I will tell you though, if you mess up a problem and you want to go back, I would not erase what you did, I would just start over. Because what happens is when you erase what you do, and I do it too, you end up doing the same thing because you can see what you did. Like even if you erase it, you can still see what you did, right? So your brain just kind of does it again. Okay, now what?
So now we're trying to get rid of.
No.
One on road.
Okay, so now.
Well, eventually we need to get
Now
there.
you're at
40 is what.
Okay, can we take care of that -3 now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything else is 0, so it's still going to stay at 0, right?
Multiply by 1/3.
So
Negative 1/3,
negative,
but-
why negative?
Because two
Because
negatives
you want it
equal up
to
positive.
equal out.
Good job.
That's the only thing I know.
Okay, so do it.
I'll teach you the two.
Okay, we're doing step to the top.
No, we're not.
We are?
Not this step.
I thought we could do both of the next step.
No, we cannot.
I say,
Okay.
what'd she say about?
You can't change a row and use it at the same time.
Because I don't know. Why do you do that way for 7?
So you can tell it's a 7.
Well,
Not
not a what? That's my question.
Not a 1. Some of you guys are pretty sloppy. They turned a 9.
I'm a good guy, man.
I feel like it'd be closer to a 9 if you make it left hand.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like
I'm going to tell you,
Half
my writing on this board is a lot sloppier
it's
than my
reverse
real writing.
You have really neat hand.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm doing good, right?
Yes.
I
I
think
hope so.
So what's my last thing?
Well, you're going
Multiply
to use
by-
the second row to get rid of the 1 in the second column in the first row.
So do it.
owie, powie.
I'm gonna get rid of that.
You can completely skip that. I had that part.
You would take it by
Just negative. It's
Negative.
Yo, Miss Vic, I need help in IEP, dog.
But they're not all negative.
no, because then
I
everything.
messed up somewhere. Where'd you get the -7 from?
Because
Back in the day.
right here, you have -10 plus 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that earlier too because I had 13 in
Why
the box.
didn't
You added them.
Well, I had like 13. I didn't change it when you like went down.
Oh.
Because the next round. Oh, negative R2.
Okay, you should do -R2 plus R1, yes? Yes. Okay, now, this is my story. I will have people tell me R2 minus R1. Okay? The problem with doing R2 minus R1, it's not wrong, but you just made your first one a -1 when it was already positive. Correct?
Yeah.
And you don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
Try to always put your negative with the one out in front. It just makes it easier, actually. Okay, so then we've got, you should have 1, 0, 0, -7.
Yep.
Yeah, I do now.
That is
So,
exactly what I
My
have.
answer is -7, 0, 5. Oh
Wow.
wait, not -7 yet, -7. Sorry. I was talking about multiplying R1 by -1 and
So
I'm
your thing should always come out looking like that.
Yes, always, every time. That's reduced row echelon form.
There was a matrix
It's a
problem on
step.
that.
How we
Right.
got 3
There's
Right.
eight. We're supposed to talk about.
How did we get from 13?
from 13? No. They were talking about they took 10 and 3 and added it. Or we don't have a. Oh, this 13 to 3. Okay, sorry.
That was one problem. I just realized that. For some reason, I felt like we did like 3.
20.
I don't know.
Oh, how did we get from 13 to 3?
That's what I was saying. I'm like,
How did we
I
get?
had
You just
13
changed
written
it.
down.
Okay, what did I forget to do?
Add the 1.
Okay, so it didn't mess up anything here, did it? No. Did it mess it up here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we gotta fix it.
Should be negative. It should be 3.
Oh, I kept it 13.
But it's not gonna be too bad, right?
No.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
kept it
but they're
13 and then just dramatically changed it to 7.
Sometimes it happens.
And then we had a whole
Okay.
range about 7s for no
I was
reason.
right the whole
I
time.
know. So, okay, so we got -2, right?
Yes.
So I've got -10 and 13 is what?
3.
3.
Damn it, I was right the whole.
Hey, you.
So it's just 3 now?
So it's
Yeah.
3, and then it's what?
Beat yourself,
3.
boy.
It means it's
So
305.
305.
3 of
It's not a negative. Haha.
Listen, man, can I please use the restroom?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so let's do another one.
It's like she's.
I'm
like, I got.
Y'all are complaining. You just help.
Okay, guys. There's your next one. What should you be doing?
Is it negative
Writing
3?
it down.
No.
It was +3.
It was.
Yeah, that like,
Rid of it.
I was just like, wait a second. I got 3. How did you get -7?
B.
That's one being smart.
Imagine being smart.
I'm a sheep.
Can't relate.
I will tell you that sometimes you will have fractions
No.
for answers. But we remember we get those at the very last step, right? We don't like do that in the middle.
Yes, G.
Oh, wait.
Wait a
we
minute.
start
We
going.
don't have any.
Well, this seems like a.
What's weird about this?
Where's the
Wait,
no?
there's
no gotta flip it.
For the last
We
one.
gotta flip it so it's -2.
So it's going to be, I have to subtract 2, right? So it's going to be -2x plus z equals what?
0.
0. Because I have to move it onto the other side, don't I?
I guess.
Makes sense.
There's a whole lot of ones. Hopefully that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's all.
Hopefully.
Still, it's a good thing.
Seemed like a whole.
Hopefully.
Nope.
I was thinking it was, but she made it.
Wow, guys.
Yeah.
Talk about fractions. I'm kind of
She
scared.
was.
This one we won't get fractions, the next one we will.
How dare you?
She got
Okay,
some-
Chief.
I just want you to know that you can get fractions for answers.
No.
Okay,
Yeah, you did on the last homework question.
are you good on this?
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, I like where we're at because we want this to be
Yes.
1 0 0 0 1
We
0.
already have it.
We already have this 0, yes,
Yeah.
and we already have that 1.
And we've got that other 0 in the bottom.
All the
Yeah, but that's not guaranteed to stay there because it's probably not going to stay there when I get rid of the 2.
And our other 1.
But these 2 are probably not going to stay there
We've got our.
because I've got to use row 1 to take care of it. Okay, so how am I going to get rid of this -2?
multiply it by
2R1. 2R1.
2R1
3.
plus R3. So do it.
Good.
Hopefully my 13 will stay a 13. Gentlemen, can we stop?
Sure.
You guys got it yet?
Nope. No. Need to stare for a while.
Yeah.
See, like I get it when someone puts in the numbers for me, but like,
Yeah, so basically just
like
do it
when
for me
they
on
put in
there.
the side part for me,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
what I
hard
did.
to like
Finding
Okay, I get 0, 2, 3, 26.
Yes.
Oh, no.
That's what I get.
Yes.
Well, that's what I got.
That's
Yeah.
what I got.
Probably. Probably.
If you didn't get that, can you figure out what you did? Or maybe I didn't do it.
Wouldn't it be?
No, I got it wrong.
Wouldn't it be? No, never mind. I'm doing it wrong.
Okay. I love questions that say, what did they do wrong?
I hate those.
I figured it out.
I love them.
I have a
Okay,
feeling it's on.
so I got the first column zeroed out?
Yes.
Now I need to get to what? Second.
Second column.
So,
Okay.
second column, I don't want anybody to say what they're gonna do. Second column, I'm gonna use what row? Second
Second
row.
row.
So, decide what you're gonna do
From the left. Or the right.
from the bottom.
Well, that too, I suppose.
Because columns go left and right, not rows.
Are you gonna get rid of it too?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so now that we have that, could we do our divided by 1/5 right
We
now?
can multiply by 1/5 right now, yes. If, the only time I would not do that is if I had a number that wasn't divisible by 5. If I had a number that wasn't divisible by 5, I would not do that.
And you'd wait and then you'd move on right to
I'd
the
move
next.
on and then come back and do it at the very end. Okay, did everyone get 5 and 20?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
hold on.
So now what do we have to do next?
Get rid of the 5.
No?
Divide by 1/5.
Okay, yeah.
Divided by 1/5.
Yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
do that too.
I was worried about like the next 0 step. So just 1/5?
Just to get rid of 5.
Because we want it to be a 1, we might as well do it now before we go back up, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's really nice. That's good. So now what? What do we need to zero out?
The
negative
one.
one.
The third column.
Yeah,
So
that's
the
it.
third column, I need to use the what?
Third.
Third row. So do it. going to do the same pattern over and over and over again, guys. First column, second column, third column, fourth. Oh, not fourth. There's not a fourth. On this one,
It better not be.
there could be.
No.
I'd rather there not be.
I'm not doing it.
Did you do this one already?
No.
Last time, do it.
It's called work class.
Put your hand up. Yes.
What is with you guys?
Did you guys get 9 and 7?
Uh-huh.
We got a second on that?
Nope.
I got it.
My opinion is all that matters.
Okay.
Sure we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I followed what you did.
So now what?
Now we gotta
Get rid of that.
the
One,
Column 2.
column 2.
3,
So I need use row 2. So do it.
That sounded
I just did
satisfying.
that right. I just did that right.
That sounded satisfying.
Yeah, this part I think smart.
Can I join?
What?
Honestly,
It wouldn't be negative.
It wouldn't be just two.
no, it's like
For your x.
You get it halfway.
Because
You're
negative
gonna just
R2
do
plus
Wait,
R1,
You know what to do here?
you have a negative 1 plus 1, 0. So then you have a negative 7
Plus 9.
plus 9.
Oh, I was doing something else. This would be 2. Yes.
okay, I was like.
I know. I
Sure,
was.
so-
When you guys. When. That would just be 2 is not helpful to me. When Ethan explained more what he was talking about, I don't know where. I had a 0. I was looking somewhere and got a 0. I think I was here or something.
Alright, go back and
Because you
redo
took
it because I
you
messed
took
up.
-7 plus 9.
Right.
No, I messed up.
I had a 0, and so I would have.
Everything and redo it.
You're good. We forgive you.
barely.
Barely.
You're on thin ice, but
Yeah.
I hate working on the board because I can't see the whole problem at one time. So when I do it, I have to step back and look because I can't, especially when I have to wrap around.
Short.
No, it's you can't see the whole board at one time when you're right there.
Because you're shovel.
No, you're.
Okay, so I hope because you were saying you were struggling on making your decisions, and I'm like, so make it on your own. So we're going to do that first column, second column, other way. First column, second column, third column, second. Every single time. The only interruption in that is going to be if I can take a fifth or something to make my number smaller. But you are always, that is always your goal. Column 1, column 2, column 3, column 2. Column 1, column 2. Okay? Got one more.
Is this the fraction one?
this
Yes, it
is
is.
the fraction one.
Yay.
This is mid.
Fraction one.
Yes,
Why is that the only light without a sky?
because they come in sets of 4.
Oh.
I didn't even realize that.
Everybody counts.
How do you like measure yourself?
All lights matter.
Guess you gotta buy.
Are you guys writing the
Missionary
mathematics?
math.
I didn't even finish writing the other one down.
What are you gonna do with 3 extra?
What?
What are you gonna do with the 3 extra?
I'm not going to buy another set.
Why would you do that?
Oh!
That's gonna be.
Caleb, you being the brightest spot in the room.
Just
Never
put them
mind,
on
I
your other
appreciate
windows.
this decision.
Put it on
But
the-
there's 4.
Yeah, I know.
And they're not wide enough.
Then just take one down.
Yeah, take
Hey,
a
Kale.
whole window.
Yep.
How does it feel not having a cloud over your head?
Well, I didn't like it at first, but it's growing.
I don't have a cloud over my head, technically.
I don't have a cloud in my
You guys
head.
got your
Legal
matrix
line.
written, or are you just gonna be off task?
Oh.
Still right.
What do you think, Mrs. Smith?
You're just gonna be off task.
What do you?
You guessed her.
Probably 15.
So
Yes,
1, 4, 0, negative 1, 0,
Oh, I forgot.
1,
There's a problem on the board.
1, negative 1, 0, 5, 3, negative 1.
Yes.
Okay,
Approximately, yes.
Again, the most important thing you can do is stop after you write it and make sure you wrote it right. Make sure 13 didn't become a 3, a positive didn't become a negative, or when you wrote a number you couldn't tell what you had on there. So 1, negative 1, 5, 4, 0, negative 1, 3, 0, 1, 0, negative 1. Okay,
That's what I got.
Jaden, what would you like to do? Why? And you got 0 and 1. Does everyone see
Yeah.
that? Who
The
wants
whole
to switch?
second rows are.
Everyone agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, do it.
I totally missed that.
So, boom, that makes row, meant the second row, not
I don't
You're right.
care.
Every time Isaiah speaks.
I
We
don't
need a button
care.
for that.
to just mute the quiet kid.
Taylor, what are we doing next?
Oh jeez.
Huh.
Once you get rid of the 4,
Yes. So 4 is in column 1, so what row am I going to use?
1.
Oh, I didn't. You guys never called me out on this.
Because I'm a
Because I hadn't even
baller.
written it down
yeah,
yet.
I was about to say I haven't written it down yet.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait, how did you write it?
Now you can
Okay,
add in your
So Taylor, how are we going to get rid of that 1 or that 4?
Negative 4.
But do it.
Negative 4. Finish.
This way, nothing on this.
Okay. You're on the right track.
Using me.
Nope, I'm sorry.
I forgot how to do it. Wait.
Well, how can we?
Column 1, row 1. So what am I going to do that 1 in row 1 to get rid of that 4? You're right with your negative 4.
Take it. I don't know right now.
Okay, column 1, row 1.
Yes.
So negative 4 times row what?
1.
1 plus row
2. Oh, 3.
3.
I hope I did it right.
No.
How we did it. Oh.
Wait,
2
how
minutes.
did you get a negative?
I did it wrong.
Yeah, that's probably not too bad.
I'm not one.
How did you get a negative on your 17? I must have.
Because it'd be negative 20 plus 3.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're running out of time, so I'm going to kind of just go. Okay, my next step is get rid of this 4, yes?
Yes.
And it's in column 2, so I'm going to use row 2. So I'm not doing 1. This is how you go quicker, guys, is you write down what you're not using before you even think about what you're going to use. Okay, I'm not changing row 1 or row 2, so I write them down right away.
Yep.
Okay, to get rid of this, I use the second row, so negative 4 R2
plus R3.
plus R3,
0, 0,
So
negative
0,
5,
0, negative 5,
negative
and
13.
4, negative 13.
Cool.
Okay,
Good job.
now, in this point at the last one, we took negative 1/5. We are not doing that here. Why?
Because
We're not going to have a nice number. We're not going to do that to ourselves. So we're going to go back up and get rid of this one. So that means I'm going to have to take R3 plus 5R1. Row 2 is still set. We're not touching it. So that means everything in R1 gets multiplied by 5. Not helping our situation out though, is it?
No.
No.
Never do.
But did it give me 0 where I
Yeah.
needed?
Yes.
Yes, I guess so.
This is what it takes to avoid fractions.
Do what you gotta
Messing
do.
up everything.
No. Okay, so 5, so we get 10 minus 13 is -3, right?
Wait.
Man.
We don't have time to
Oh,
wait.
25 minus 13.
Yeah, I was
25
about to
minus
say.
13.
12.
12,
Yes.
but negative, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now I'm going to multiply my next step.
No, actually, no, would be negative.
It's positive.
Yes, it would be positive. Sorry, that's a positive 12, everybody.
Okay, chief.
Okay, so then I'm going to have to get rid of this 5. Yes?
Yeah, 5 is that.
So 5R2 plus R1.
Sure.
So that would give me 5, 0, 0. Can I plug my phone in?
No.
And then 5 would be negative, so 7. Oops. That's a 1. And then what's my last step? What's my last step?
We gotta make the z spot, the -5 that's in the z spot a 1, and we have to make the 5 that's in the x spot a 1.
So 1/5 R1
Positive.
and negative 1/5 R3. So we have 1, 0, 0, 7/5, 0, 1, 0, -1, and 0.
What's that one number?
A 0.
Well, there are a lot of.
Oh.
1, and then 13.
Or 5. Wait, hold
That
on,
is
was that negative?
exactly
Oh,
what
no,
I
never
have.
mind. Never mind.
Okay, so we get fractions sometimes, but do we want to wait till the end to get them if possible?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. If you want to hand it in, that's fine from yesterday. If you want to wait till tomorrow, it's fine as well.